If any of you are going through a time that David might have gone through recently, looking at this album cover might do you some good. I mean, look at all this. Powerful, liberated, alive, light, worthy, strong, kind, powerful. It's all you. It's all you. Therapy Sessions is the 7th studio album released by David Archuleta, or the 9th if you count the Christmas albums. I usually separate them, but that's neither here nor there. This guy, this fellow, what to say about Archie? Oh my goodness. From all the way back in 2008 to now, we've been able to have plenty of time to be able to see David release multiple albums, tons of different kinds of music, and still be able to impress us all with his majestic voice and sharing his talent with his kind heart and that infectious smile. But even the wickedly talented sometimes burn out a little bit. And without many details, I just know that David, based on also some of the small details I've been able to get from the inspiration from this album, has been able to find ways to overcome or at least cope with some of those struggles he has endured for who knows how long. And we are, I guess you could say, fortunate enough for him to be able to process all of that and be able to put it into great lyrics. I'm sure for most of you who would consider yourself Archuleta fans, that it comes as no shocker, nor should I feel the need to have to say this, but I'm going to anyway. David's voice is amazing, okay? You are not going to get a voice like his from anybody else. That is just one of a plethora of reasons why so many, including myself, love Archuleta music and the man himself. He's a good guy. But let's just set aside his vocal talents to just the side for just a moment, okay? Not saying he didn't have this in his other albums, but oh my goodness. This guy put in a lot of heart in this album. The lyrics here, you can feel so much contemplation coming from both him, and you are also having your own thoughts on how this process probably was taking place for this guy. This is far more creative lyrically than I expected before listening to it. So there's my statement on lyrics. Let's bring back the vocals. I love how floored I am by the combination of the vocals and the lyrics connect me and probably anyone who's listening to this album to the artist himself. The production here is actually very surprising because there's a fair number of styles, compositions, grooves, just beats that are played here and inserted into the variety of the topics that kind of all tie together in this theme he's provided. But despite the fact that I like what I am hearing from it, I also am impressed by how non-overly saturated the production this album is, because it knows it doesn't need to be. Because not only are you going to get the balanced vocals here, the lyrics, the messages, the content of everything that makes it is going to go directly to you right here. I still have yet to try and figure out how David markets himself as an artist. I'm just going to go with reverent pop music. But by no means am I trying to imply that David doesn't try to have fun and mix things up every once in a while. All right, by golly, we have talked a lot already. Now let's dive into the actual songs. I have things to say. The very first song here, called Paralyzed, I remember listening to it and watching the music video last year, and I remember sharing that with a couple of people, and I was like, you know, that's actually kind of different for Archie there. So good job on you, mate. The song You Worry. This one was one of those lyrically investing songs that I connected with very quickly. The way that David is singing the song here makes it seem like he is questioning how much do other people potentially know me better than I know myself? Or should it even be that way? And I'm sure a lot of us have thought about that a little bit, whether friends, teachers, parents, church leaders, who knows? But it becomes especially curious when you have a limelight on you, even if it isn't the golden beholden beam that comes down to A-list celebrities in Hollywood. Like, he still has a wide audience. People know who he is, and he probably wonders about that a little bit. And one other thing I really appreciated with this song is how even-paced this song is. It does not try to rush or be slow. It just is at a tempo that allows you to keep up. It's like a nice gradual walk you're having with a friend, whether in a park or on the beach or something like that. It's like you're just kind of going with a steady flow. It works out really well so that you can get exactly what he's trying to convey. The song Okay Alright, this is one that I think is a little corny, but in a good way. It's a song that, again, deals with maybe a topic that is a little bit more heavy-hearted, but tries to make it lighter with the beat and the way he expresses himself when singing this song. Next is the song Patient. This song has my favorite beat in it. I just love this song. Thank you, David. Thank you. Surprisingly, the next song, Need, also has a pretty interesting beat. I did not expect this song to just kind of wave into his style. If we're going to continue talking about production, there's another song that I really like to mention called Just Breathe. I don't know all the things that inspires Archuleta here, but it reminds me a lot of Imogen Heap, or potentially Frou Frou, which she was involved with before. I was just waiting for Archie to just have some slightly more maybe auto-tuned vocals in here. That would have been interesting, but I think it's more appropriate the way that he handled it, and, you know, it works. I mean, come on. You can't distort the most manly, angelic voice that we currently have right now, right? The song Future Self is also a really good song about hope and persevering, because there is a destination and you want to be there and you want to be proud at that end point, looking back about the decisions you made at a point where you were potentially at a crossroads or just presented with a trial and you decided to take it moving forward, even if you needed help along the way. You did it. The song Switch kind of deals with a similar topic. At first, I feel like the lyrics were kind of implying that, you know, maybe this is a song about a moment when he was in a good and happy place. But then it does unwind a little bit and talks more about you realizing that you're not really in control of 100% everything in life, and that's okay, but that you have to be okay with trying to move forward, overcome, build up your strength, and that we will in fact have shortcomings. None of us are perfect in this life, and despite how honest or sincere we try to be, it can still be tough. One other thing I just have to mention real quick. In a couple of the songs, he uses some references that I just know are going to connect with some people that I really appreciated. Such references as The Office and Super Smash Brothers. I was just like, hey, he's a human being. I know that there's tons of people who think that he is this almighty holy person, and he is very good at presenting himself very well, but it's like, oh, he does those things too. Oh, okay, he's a lot more relatable now. Now, I do have one small knock on this album. It is small, okay? But I'm going to mention it anyway. The song Brave, I think, is potentially the weakest song. I still like the message that is put into it. And also, there is a line in the first verse that I just can't help but have a hard time taking seriously. Go listen to it for yourself to see if you know what I'm talking about. It could just be me. It really could. I'm not sure. Just puzzling in my brain. Now, what do we get from all this? We got an album from a wonderful guy who decided, you know, I'm going to put all these struggles into songs because I can. and because I know that something good might come out of it. And he probably was thinking of his fans, his family, and others. David, I think you did a phenomenal job with this album. I don't know what other people are going to say, whether it's your best album or this or that or this or that. I don't know. But this is what I'm going to say about this album right here, right now. After having listened and reviewed this album with production of 100%, creativity 93%, expression and lyrics 95%, this album gets
100,000,000% yes, dude. I love you.
Yeah, first one of 2020. I'm happy about that. I don't know if this is how everyone else is going to feel about this album or whether this is in fact his best album. I would love to maybe revisit his discography. If you guys want me to, let me know down below if that's something you would like. And in comparison to maybe other music that I've listened to so far this year or in general, for other people, this may not be something super fantastical with the way that his vocal range could have been or the way that a lot of the production could have switched up or could have been more clever, I suppose. But you know what? I think this is one of the most honest, sincere, and connecting albums I've listened to in a long time. I think this album just did exactly what it needed to do, and that is merit enough for the yes. I may not be banging my head to this music like other albums, but you know what? I think that there's a lot of emotional connection that humans can experience and understand when really giving this one some pondering, thought, and attention. With the world is right now, I think an album like this is very needed. If you are an Archuleta fan, please share this album. Listen to it and then share it. I think you could do wonders in finding a song or two or three or more that would brighten someone's day or would touch their heart and just make them feel lifted up. I'm not trying to be corny when I say that. I really mean that. As for you, David, thank you. I would love to thank you in person. If you're seeing this, just know I'm grateful. Okay, man? Thank you. You're awesome, dude. Love it. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And remember, if you want to discover, promote, and review the best in entertainment, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff down below so you can get that yes in your life. See you next time.